I'm going to show you why I think this BMW M3 X-Drive Competition Jahre Edition is worth $100,000. All right, guys, before you go in the comment section and say I'm pronouncing Jahre wrong, that's what I saw on Motor Trend. Jahre is how it's spelled. In German, that's year, which is Jahre, and this is a 50th year anniversary. So because of that, you get a lot of unique exterior options. One of them obviously being the paint. This orange, lime rock orange, which you have seen before. But let's get straight into the looks. I think honestly, guys, G80 with this new grille and this orange paint colorway looks amazing. And I honestly think the grille looks better with the four-door styling. Initially, I wasn't a huge fan of the grille. It's grown on me. I'm one of those guys, I'll admit it. I think it looks better with this colorway, the yellow one on the two-door M4, not a fan. Just being completely honest with you guys, but let's get straight into it. So starting up top with the emblem. This is a BMW 50th anniversary emblem that only come from the factory if you order this model year. So keep that in mind. You can get aftermarket if you want to slap it on, but from the factory, you only get them for this year. So come up top, you see the nice little hood indents. You can't really see them when you're sitting in the driver's seat, at least I can't with my seat position, but they look really cool. And the colorway, obviously, man, just look amazing. Going on to the LED headlights, you get the laser, BMW laser headlights, which look great, function really well as well. Obviously, it's tech that is practical and also appealing. Coming down here, standard BMW stuff with a side curtain, to the side air curtain to bring air around the wheel, which we'll get into. Functional vents up front, obviously nice blacked out wide vent slots for the center grille, as well as your center camera right there. As part of a 360 surround view camera system, you get a carbon fiber front lip, which is a part of that 50th anniversary edition package. I'll just call it that in case I keep pronouncing it wrong for the rest of the video. I won't be saying the J word. Come around the side here and talk about the wheel package. And up front, you do get a 19-inch wheel wrapped in a 275/35 series sidewall tire. And this does have beautiful wheel design, in my opinion. I love it. On the M3 CS, it is in gold. I believe it's the same exact design. I'm not sure if it's the same exact wheel, though, so just don't quote me on that part. You have the high-performance brakes. This is an M3 competition, so just keep that in mind. Mechanically speaking, a lot of it carries over. Going on the side, you get the designation, M3 Comp on this placard. Not a functional vent. Blacked out mirror cap with the winglet. BMW iconic design. A gloss black side sill that goes around the entire bottom. Not carbon fiber, like probably someone would expect. And then black surrounds on the window trim, as well as the iconic carbon fiber roof. The nice lines that go across front to back. Really nice. I mean, I would take this over a sunroof any day of the week. And on this, you get it standard. Going in the back, you get the Hofmeister kink. Really bold. Emphasize it there. Every BMW. But let's talk about the rear wheel package here. You get a 20-inch wheel rocking 285 section tire with a 30 series sidewall. And these are P0 tires. So some real aggressive compounds designed specifically for this car. BMW worked directly with Pirelli on this tire. So it's intended to match the performance of this vehicle. Where, as far as treadwear rating, I wouldn't really be expecting much from it though. So you get a nice little BMW M badging everywhere. The 50th anniversary center cap, M on the wheels, M badges all throughout. And coming around the back, guys, it is standard G80 stuff with the exception of a few things. You get the carbon fiber lip spoiler, which is very tasteful, very nice, looks good in my opinion. M3 competition badging. And then going down here, you get a very aggressive diffuser with a unique titanium exhaust tip that you'd find in the M3 CS with the carbon fiber surrounds. And we'll take a listen. I'll put an exhaust clip here so you guys can take a listen to that. You also get X-Drive on this side. Obviously, it's a four-wheel drive system. It's got a transfer case. And you can select between two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive as well as four-wheel drive Sport. We'll get to that on the inside as well. Let's open up the hood. All right, guys, so under the hood is the 3-liter twin turbocharged inline six. Makes 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. I'm gonna put an asterisk on that because these are known to be underrated engines. BMW's sandbagging this thing for a fact. It's an all-wheel drive system, so wheel power is gonna have a drop compared to crank power, but people are still saying that these things put out more power than BMW is claiming, and it's good for a 0 to 60 time of 3 seconds flat, which is honestly very impressive. Love to see it in a four-door sedan that's got the handling that BMW is known for, especially with this awesome all-wheel drive system. You don't get a carbon fiber hood. That's on the M3 CS, but it's got a similar design to it. Very lightweight. You got nice air boxes here to feed air into the engine, and then heat sinks you can see here for the BMW laser headlights, which is pretty cool. Aside from that, nice cross bracing, which we've known and seen before on the BMW M3 and M4. Let's close the hood though. let's hop inside. Starting with the door panel, standard BMW stuff, guys. I'm not gonna get super into it. We've all seen it before. Switchgear, seat memory, Harman Kardon speaker, cup holder, great stuff. You get this, which is a 50th anniversary unique side sill, and I like that a lot. And in the pedal box, you get aluminum pedals as you'd expect in a BMW M vehicle. Little cubby here, which gives you storage, that's great. But you got these M bucket seats, which I love a lot. Very comfortable, very supportive. They're carbon fiber backed. You get nice stitching here, M3 badging, perforation with the leather in the center insert with Alcantara on the side bolsters, which are very plush, but also very supportive. And then side bolsters as well for your thighs. And then you got this crotch bolster here, which, and honestly, when your legs are seated in here, it feels really nice, not gonna lie. As far as the floor mat goes, there isn't any unique M badging, which I am honestly surprised because the M2 has that and stuff like that. So, or the previous generation M2 had that. So, let's look at the steering wheel though. You got carbon fiber inserts on the spokes. M modes, obviously heated leather wrap steering wheel with the BMW stitching right there. And speaking of BMW stitching, you get the M stitching, the colors right here on the seatbelt, which is an awesome touch. All right, but let's actually sit inside here and talk about it. I'm gonna turn this thing on real quick. So, coming inside here, the way I got that sound that you were experiencing is engine in Sport Plus. You got your exhaust obviously open here, and then I did put the My Mode into Sport. Not sure if that made the hugest difference, but that's how I have it set up to get the nice bubbles and the pops at the top end there. So, sounds great in my opinion, even though it's an inline six with turbos on it. Going inside, you get the new curved display system. It does take learning, it does take getting used to, I will be honest. It is not something you can just get in, adopt, and you kind of run with. You gotta get used to the interfaces, setting up your modes. Honestly, really take advantage of these guys because messing around with stuff while driving in traffic isn't ideal. And I don't think you have to mess with it too much once you actually own this car. So just keep that in mind. You get a center screen, which again, you'll set up and you'll like your ideal settings when it's all set up. But climate control menu, it's simpler in this car, which is nice. On the BMW i7, it's like a row you gotta swipe through. So not terrible. I wish they did have physical or a separate, static menu for climate controls. But this is what it is, and if you don't like it, unfortunately, you'll have to learn to like it if you want to get this car. Up top here, you do get a heads-up display. It is turned off. You get nice, simple materials, nothing crazy, no leather here. Carbon fiber right here, which is really nice. Glove box has nothing really special on it. And then down here, you got the M3 edition 50th anniversary placard, 1 of 50. It doesn't get a serialized numbered placard, so it's not like number 300, unless this is number 1. I'm pretty sure it's just a 1 of 500 type of placard. Opens up, you get the standard wireless charger, USB port, which next to the cup holders you might get water on it, but that's just the design they went with. 12 volt, your BMW shifter with traction control off, your camera views, park assist, auto start stop, engine start, My Mode, your setup for your setup for the modes, exhaust, auto hold, park, brake, and the shifter, which I want to talk about. To get into reverse, go here, and you leave it up in reverse. It's not like the position's always in the center and you gotta kind of bring it back. If you go back, you're in neutral, and then drive, sport, neutral, and then when you're in drive, you can use down and up. Park is actually bringing it into neutral. Actually, if you go into park here, it lets you put it in park, which just really threw me off. When the car was off, I went into reverse by going out and back in. It's not one of those where it'll return it to the position. It just puts it in park. So it is not 100% intuitive in my opinion, compared to the other BMW shifters, but it is unique and it's a nice shift knob with really nice unique stitching around. I like the shift knob. It's got a little M pressed in there, which is cool. iDrive, we know the deal. Not gonna get super into it. Very nice carbon fiber here. Center console is pretty standard. Decent padding here. It works. It gets the job done. And then you get your buttons here, which I'm not really going to talk about. One thing I want to talk about with the steering wheel while we're here is these paddles, which are plastic with some type of texture on the backside, which I will show you guys here. But it is plastic and it's got carbon fiber inserts. Feels a bit tacky in my opinion. Looks cool. I wish it was like a anodized black metal. That would be nice. I don't think the weights department on BMW M division would be too picky about that. But I think it would have made a nice touch when it comes to the feel of these paddles. Just my opinion. Coming up top here, it's a vinyl sun visor, which is surprising because this is a $100,000 car. But I mean, who cares? Let's be real. Standard stuff up top here. No sunroof. We expected that. Let's show you guys the back seats. Going on to the back seats, the first thing you're gonna notice is the carbon fiber backing on the seat, which, man, it's a work of art. Looks amazing. Again, I know I was talking about how this is like worth $100,000. In my opinion, you are getting something very special, very limited, which we know what happens to very limited and special BMWs. They hold their value really well. Sometimes they just go up in value. They gave the seat belts the same treatment, which I love to see. Sometimes they'll just do it on the outboard ones, not the center. That's not the case here. You get that on the center seat, and you get the same thing on the headrests. Love to see that. I think that's the best thing you can do to a BMW M car. And then you get the USB-C ports, your climate controls, which are great, as well as center split. So it's not a 60/40, it's a 40/20/40. And then you can pull it up. But no cup holder thing here, nothing of that sort. You get your cup holders on the door in the door cart. So that's great. Other than those standard BMW M3 rear seats, you know the deal. Let's stop wasting your time and let's take this thing on a drive. What I'm really excited for is the fact that not too long ago, literally like 2 weeks ago, I got to drive the Audi RS5 competition. I'm telling you, I'm still not used to this shifter. Okay, competition, and I really enjoyed that car. It didn't feel too stiff, even though it had like a very track-focused suspension. It wasn't in the stiffest setting from the factory. But it is an older vehicle compared to this, which is a brand new platform, brand new vehicle, and we get to experience it here. So I'm really excited to kind of, put that next to this and yeah, share how they drive, in my opinion, because I'm a automotive reviewer. Not really, I'm just like a TikToker, honestly, let's be real. So right now, as far as our settings go, I do want to tell you guys, because this car changes a lot depending on the settings. Everything's in the lowest setting: comfort, efficient, steering, brakes, and powertrain. Let's go into it and update it. What I want to do is I'm going to keep the chassis in comfort. I tried it out in Sport Plus. It's very stiff. Take my word for it. You don't want to use it for daily driving. I would have an M mode that has engine on Sport Plus. Mind you, engine start stop is still active in Sport Plus. Other cars don't quite do that, which is surprising. But fuel efficiency, right? And I'm gonna have the steering in Sport, because I like heavier steering, and brakes are fine in comfort. Oh, and boys, there are power, and it sounds good for an inline six. Even the V6 I think sounded good in the RS. In the RS6, we don't want to bottom out here. I haven't had any issues bottoming out, but I do want to be mindful of that. Oh, this is just so effortless. Let's get in here. And I mean, I like the fact that there's adjustable dampers on this, like just electronically controlled. And like, man, there's just so much grip. I took a little jug handle pretty fast, and this thing just loaded up so nicely. I'm not doing anything crazy, guys. I don't want to be like putting people at risk here, but we'll still give it the beans, Oh, it's just so easy. More than enough passing power, guys. In case you were wondering, the M3, it's got the juice. You can go into manual by hitting it over again. The downshifts are crisp. It's 8-speed automatic transmission. I'm just getting on and off of it. It does it. I feel like a BMW driver. I'm just gonna be like tailgating people and stuff. I mean, when you got this much power, slow down a little bit. Oh, I love those shifts. You get little burbles and you get a nice little push into the next gear. Very, very nice. Wow. If we get into regular drive, we go into the automatic shift mode, but we get into the most aggressive shift mode. Let's see how it does. Shifts are still fast. I mean, I'm trying to make sure I don't get pulled over or anything. I like the shifts. I mean, this gearbox is great, and BMW has a lot of experience tuning it. We'll get into regular drive here. And I like the fact that in drive you can get into like a temporary manual mode. I like that a lot. There's just so much power here. We're gonna downshift, get on the brakes, go here, do this. We're hitting some traffic, but this car, the seats, I think the seats is a big thing. I feel like people aren't always going to want to get these seats. I'd get them. Very comfortable. I mean, depending on obviously your body, right? It will hold gears a little more aggressively when the higher shift aggressiveness makes sense, right? I sure hope so. But I just like, what I liked about the RS5 was how small and easy it felt to just maneuver. I get the same feeling behind this car, even though it is a physically bigger car. So I like the fact that it's very easy to place. A lot of confidence behind the wheel of this thing. I'm a fan. Oh, that's good. I like the shift lights come on. I'm not messing with the center console from what you guys saw. Oh, that's great.